There's no way of saying that isn't true.
Modern advertising can give you the effect of almost anything without your having to bother about having the thing at all. Tony Schwartz is in the audience tonight, bless him, and he is an expert in this very department. In terms of auditory... but I can only suggest that confusion of an extreme kind is the normal human condition in all sensory and perceptual matters. This very department. If anybody has the in terms of auditory magic, the power of giving effect without thing is entirely within his domain. But you see, the advertisers have been puzzled for a long time in their surveys to discover that people don't really read ads until they own the thing. And if you own that icebox or that car, then you notice the ads very much, because this is how you get your satisfaction.
Down and get the good bread.
This kind of the ad world then becomes an enormous area of information service, part of the service industries, enabling you to substitute the effect for the thing, just like Picasso. The artists have been usually go through these maneuvers 50 or more years before the engineers get around to them.
Will you take me to Winnipeg?
I will, someday. Toronto, Montreal, Quebec, Winnipeg.
New York?
Sure, New York.
Ethical to inquire about a fellow patient, but how is his lordship?
His lordship?
But I have never found a single one among them that said anything about my favorite place, where people live and face each day at their own pace. Winnipeg's my home.
The Bishop of Winnipeg.
Oh, you know the bishop.
My aunt's first cousin. I heard you were treating him.
You know, you're behaving just like I did last Tuesday night in Winnipeg.
Yes.
Shortly after that, played...
Imagine they talk about comedy. Bob Newhart mentioned that he'd never played a club before. After recording a successful comedy record, he was a little nervous. First two gigs, one in America, one in...
Called the Tidelands in Houston, Texas.
One in Canada, specifically Ontario. Went terrible.
Yeah, I like it.
The Elmwood Casino in Canada died every night. Two shows a night for a week.
The Canadians didn't go with it?
They were very polite. They were very nice, but they didn't look up.
I speak casually.
They just were like...
And
no, he's still talking, I think.
naturally felt the most outrageous situation.
So that almost drove me back to accounting. But then I played Winnipeg, Rancho Don Carlos.
I know it very well.
Your hometown.
My hometown.
That went well, so then I said, okay, well, maybe I'll stay in this business.
A little bit longer.
Yeah.
I'll talk about the general strikes in Seattle and Winnipeg.
This is great, thank you.
One final question. Where might you find yourself on a Winnipeg night like tonight?
Oh, the Huntsman is good.
The Huntsman.
Down here, the financial district.
A concierge is the Winnipeg equivalent of a geisha. This is a woman who has been trained in the fine art of fanciness and pleasure. And when you meet one, it is intoxicating.
unless you have a very systemized affiliate program that has lots of links and badges and those sorts of things, tracking it is really hard. So my recommendation is to say thanks but no thanks, or develop some sort of engagement with this person that's just between the two of you. Maybe it's not something that you're going to replicate over and over again. Maybe it's just between you and her, that allows you to take her referrals and give her a little something in return. But it doesn't mean that you need to create a whole referral program just because you have someone who loves you enough to send you all the people and you want to pay them back for it. So I say all or nothing, or just a one-off, where you either go straight out with an affiliate program and some fancy schmancy tracking system, none at all, or if you have someone in your life who needs to become a referral partner of yours, come up with some terms on your own. Be very open to understanding, to address conflicts if and when they do come up, because they will come up, and have fun with it as much as you can.